Today's $1 million listing isn't actually a $1 million listing. It's a 3-bedroom, 1-bath house with a small backyard and a small deck, very small, and a basement. It's on this slightly busy street, Florida Avenue, in the 1400 block. You can see that these older homes have all been restored, and that some of them have been torn down and people have built loft condominiums. It's kind of funny. I've actually sold houses a while ago right behind, and have also sold one right across the street. I think we can see the one that I sold across the street. It's kind of down after the street begins to turn. Sold it at the very beginning of the real estate boom. It was for sale for $150,000. I think my person got it right around there. It was a foreclosure, and immediately afterwards, in fact, by the time the contract was signed, it was worth more than the contract price, and then it turned out the bank had improperly foreclosed, and my person had to wait for them to track down the owner who was living on his viatical settlement somewhere in the Bahamas and send the appropriate foreclosure documents so that he would not contest, although he wasn't planning on it, his ownership, and they could actually sell it. My person kept asking me, basically screaming at me that we should be able to do something, and I was like, yes, we can release the contract and someone else can buy it. And she always said, oh no, I don't want to do that. Anyway, this house is carpeted upstairs, has this very small bathroom, very small kind of triangular shaped bathroom where you back into the, it's one of those bathrooms where you back into the commode. But it is only $629 and it was $650. And it is 3 bedrooms, even though they're all small. The 1400 block of W Street, which is what it's basically landlocked with, you see there's a little walkway between, it is actually public property, it's not even an alley, it's just a walkway big enough for like 1 or 2 people. Oh, and actually it terminates there at the next house, but it does go down, it curves around somehow. You can come out on the street. I think there are other pieces of it where you can come out on the alley. I've also sold a couple of houses on the other side. In fact, this new one may be one that I sold that got torn down and built into something else. Anyway, back in the day, like in 2000, they were all very cheap. You could buy them for $150,000 if they only needed a teeny bit of work, and you could buy them for $130,000 if they needed a lot. And if they were termite ridden and about to fall apart, you could buy them for $80,000. So, whoever renovated this did the intelligent thing that every realtor told them to do, which was to knock out all the walls and open it up as much as possible. So, although the kitchen is on the other side of this little archway, basically the whole house is down here is one big open space with fairly high ceilings and new ceiling fans and hardwood floors. And because there used to be something else here and a wall was taken out, there's a fairly distinct living room area. Not any kind of foyer. You just open the door in your living room and a fairly distinct dining room area. Then there's this small, clean, but very unrenovated kitchen with very inexpensive cabinetry, an old, but clean and newish looking, but old-fashioned, undermounted, rather over-mounted sink. A Formica, not even Corian countertop. A kind of new refrigerator that's actually a little too big for the space, although I would keep it just like that. There's this very small deck, but it is big enough that, 6 to 8 people could sit out here, and you could have a table, and you'd be right on top of your neighbors, so whatever you're doing, they would all have to see. Apparently these people extended out this little built-in and then built a deck. So maybe you could do that here, although then you would lose this teeny piece of yard. I don't know why you need it. These people apparently roll their trash cans all around that little walkway. Back here I kind of feel, oh, there's somebody's Christmas tree. Back here I kind of feel like I'm on Marbury Lane in the Armistead Maupin novel, except a grungy alley version of it. Anyway, I don't actually know what's in the basement yet. I haven't looked. So that's our next piece of excitement. For $629,000, they've dropped the price once. It was $650. Who knows? Perhaps you could make them drop it again. In fact, I'm sure you could. I'm sure if you said, I'll take it off your hands instantly, but it's going to be $619, they would be crazy to stall you unless they have something else working. So here's the basement, which says it has a low ceiling. Oh yeah, I'm only 5'9", and I'm actually bumping my head on every up step as I walk down the stairs, or at least I was at first. It gets taller. Anyway, looks like there's another bathroom down here, which is good because the house is only one bathroom. This is where they've located the laundry. So it's a bathroom and it has a shower, which is great. You could actually take in a roommate and force them to live down here. This is actually finished off kind of as if it were a room. They painted the concrete. I would only use this one for storage. However, if you had a friend you didn't mind living with who had no money, I'm trying to decide what that means in DC. I'm trying to decide if that means $400 or $600 or $800. But if they had no money, I would rent them this room. It has a closet, as a bedroom. Perhaps I would let them keep a space heater or dehumidifier, maybe a dehumidifier, because a dehumidifier actually produces warmth too, and maybe it's not as much of a fire hazard. Then they'd have their own little bathroom down here, and they could even put their bookshelves and chairs and things in this little space on these two pieces of wall, even this little piece of wall. So they would have some extra storage, and you would be sharing the washer dryer. But you would have to go through their bedroom or into their bathroom actually to use the washer dryer. I guess this little rack is kind of your pantry for the kitchen. I guess if you rented that down there, you would be, although you might be able to give them a small electric refrigerator and a microwave, you would be sharing a kitchen with somebody. Anyway, that's today's non-million-dollar listing, but it's only a couple blocks away from million-dollar houses and up, and it's probably only a block and a half away from some million-dollar penthouse lofts across the street.